Yeah, but I think that in addition to that, we also, of course, found out some other things about the season overall.
Yeah, so I mentioned the opening weekend is November 21st to 23rd. Very interesting to see Seattle playing Vancouver on that opening day in Vancouver, as opposed to having them each have their own kind of moment in the spotlight. With fans being able to kind of celebrate separately at home. But Toronto is playing Minnesota that day as well. And then you have Ottawa versus New York on Saturday, Boston versus Montreal on Sunday. So very packed first weekend of action. The new Seattle team will get their home opener the week after on November 28th. And I think one thing that's really great is that no team in the league has to wait longer than a week for a home game. I think we've seen in the past with some of these leagues, extended road trips, and you don't get to a home game for maybe 3 to 4 weeks. No, everybody has a home game pretty quickly into the season, which I think is important.
Yeah, definitely agree with you there. What other things, stood out on the schedule?
So our rematch of the finals from last year, Ottawa against the Minnesota Frost, is December 2nd. So it's pretty quick into the season that we'll see that, only a couple of weeks. So I'm excited for that game in particular. Of course, I don't know the exact date, but whenever that is, I'm excited for Hillary Knight's first game in Boston. That should be really interesting and fun. To see her not in a Boston uniform is going to be a whole thing. And I'm sure they'll do like a nice tribute video for her, as teams do.
Yeah, indeed. And then, of course, also Olympic break.
Yeah, so we have the two breaks during this season. We have an international break December 8th through the 15th earlier on, and that's going to be the camps for coming together to find the Olympic teams. And then we have the Olympic break, and we have the rivalry series that'll get played during that first break. And then the official Olympic break is January 29th to February 25th. Women's hockey is being played February 5th through 19th in the Olympics. So it's like a shorter window of that, but they have to have the full Olympic break just because of, allowing players to march in closing ceremonies and all of that, and coming back a little bit later.